Welcome everybody, Dr. Serrano here, and today I am just pumped because this is a subject that I just literally think about every single day. Today we're going to be, let me back up, I'm just too excited here. Typically I'm talking about on these Thursday live feeds, I'm talking about whether it's physical ailments or different things that we can do to really move forward when it comes to our physical health. But today, we're talking about health in a different perspective, in a different way. We're going to talk about it from a mindset perspective. And what are the 5 mindset shifts that thriving people have? And let me kind of give you the background of where this all comes from. So for a while now, and I've been blessed, I've been practicing for over 8 years, and we've seen thousands of patients come through our doors. And one of my favorite age groups to adjust are the little ones, the kids in our practice, and just seeing that the kids that are coming in and whether it's days old or weeks old, I just love the kids in our practice. But one of the age groups that I absolutely admire, or almost like I look up to them, is our older generation. And these are, I would say, 70 and older, because there's so much that we can learn from them. And just last week, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about what is it about the people that come to our office that are 70, 80, 90-year-olds or above, and what is it about them that makes them so different than the people that I see that are sometimes in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, and literally they're for lack of a better term, they're almost like walking dead. They're like walking mummies. They have so much potential, but they're not living up to that potential. What's the difference? How do you have somebody that's 70, 80, or 90 and is just thriving through life? And how do you have somebody in their 20s, 30s, and 40s that literally, almost you can just see the suffering when they walk in? So last week, I just started to just kind of think about this over and over, and I started asking my patients that are 70 and above and literally thriving, what are some of the things that keep you going? What are some of the things that have gotten you to where you are and the way you are? Because it's different to live a long life. We can all, the medical model out there, they can do a great job at keeping us alive, right? Our life expectancy nowadays is actually much greater than it was maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. But just because we're alive longer does not mean we're thriving. And there's a big difference. And that's the difference, is are we alive and just living, or are we thriving through life? And I want to give you the 5 main themes that kept on coming up when I started to ask these patients that I absolutely admire in our practice, why is it that how did you get here? What's the mindset of that they have? So number 1, and this is one that these are the 5 steps or 5 keys that you guys want to write down. This is one of those video feeds that I would absolutely have a pen and paper and write these down. So number 1 is one of the commonalities was that they expected to live a long, healthy life. Like the expectation that they literally, this came out of one of our patients' mouths, is like, I expect to live a long, healthy life. And I was taken back, because how many of us have that expectation? And even in the Bible, it says that the tongue has the power of life and death. So think about that. If what we're speaking is life, if our expectation in our mouth, in our mind, in our hearts is that we're going to live a long, healthy life, that's a pretty dang good place to start when it comes to the mindset of a thriving lifestyle. So that's number 1. Number 2 was they've all had events. You and I, we all have these events. And when I say an event, I mean we've all had ups and downs and catastrophic events that happen to us. But every single person that's in our office that's 70 or above that I asked about these events that they've had, they all viewed the catastrophic event not in a woe is me mindset, not from a perspective of like, oh, poor me. They viewed it from a perspective of an opportunity. When this event could have been, some of the patients that I talked to, they've lost children, they've battled cancer, they've lost significant ones or others, and all of them viewed it as a opportunity to go and use that event or that catastrophic event to go propel them to do more or to live more. And the next one here's mindset. The third one goes along with this one, and it's they were all just so grateful about life. Like they just love life, and they're just so grateful. They understand that this body that we're given, this life that we're given, is an absolute. It's a gift that we have. So they have not taken that gift for granted. I think we're back, and I was on number 3, and I was just talking about sorry, we lost the connection here on Facebook. I was just talking about how grateful they are about life, and that was the third point that I came up with. The fourth one that kept on coming up, the fourth theme that kept on coming up when I asked these patients this question is they all had a passion for something else. Every single one of them. I have a patient who she's in her she's 80 years old, and she'd probably get mad if I said mid-80s, but she's 80, and she just has a passion for dancing. She just recently came back from traveling, and I think she was traveling for a dance recital she had, and she had over 60 different dances, 60 numbers that she danced in. She's 80 years old. Like, she just has a passion for dancing. Another gentleman, he's 85 years old, and he just has a passion for learning. And not only that, he has a passion for learning and then teaching others. He's at 85, he's still substitute teaching. He just won substitute teacher of the year in our county. He's online. He's asking me, and like, hey, what more can I learn about the body and how the cell works and all that? He just has a passion for something. So if you don't have a passion for something, I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, where you are, find the passion for something. Find something you absolutely love that you do no matter what. Whether you're paid for it or not, something that you just absolutely love, and just pursue that passion, because every single patient that I've interviewed, 70 or above that's thriving, just has this passion for something. And number 5. All right, we're back. Sorry, I think I lost it on Facebook again. So last one, number 5. And this, to me, I think is the most important one. Every single one of them, everybody that I talked to said this one. And it's that they all live for something bigger than themselves. They're not living for themselves. This could be grandkids. This can be for the legacy they want to leave behind for their family. Or in a lot of cases in our office, a lot of them they said, I live for Christ. I live for the God that made me, that gave me this life. And to me, that was it. Those are the 5 things. And that last one for me is huge. Is if you're living for yourself, if you're living every day as, hey, what can I gain? What can I get out of this life? Then that's not setting you up for the, because it's just not what I've seen. I mean, is the commonality that I've seen in 8 years of practice, seeing hundreds of patients, seeing patients in their 80s and even 90s that are absolutely thriving. And I say 90s because I haven't had somebody yet that's in their hundreds. And I think it's because I haven't been. Mindset shifts that have to happen for us to be healthy. If you enjoyed this, share this, press the like, give us some thumbs up, and leave some comments. I would love to hear what your mindset shifts need to be, or where you need to kind of shift the mindset, or things that you do to stay healthy and to stay on top of your game mentally when it comes to your health. Also, all of these videos, we're going to be putting them onto YouTube. So go to YouTube. It's Ignite Chiropractic and Wellness on YouTube. And on YouTube, we're going to categorize all the videos. There's health tips, testimonies, all sorts of fun videos on there. So look forward to connecting with you guys on YouTube as well. So thank you guys, and I'll see you soon.